These reality TV shows are literally just social conditioning show trials to demonise anyone who's vaguely right-wing.
She's a girl! No, you're not.
Right now, woke ITV's Big Brother in big trouble as a viewer boycott sees ratings slump to a low of 400,000 after this show, which remember was a social experiment named after George Orwell, finally goes truly Orwell. Now, there have been two significant viral moments on this show, both of them as disturbing as each other. And I'm going to get into it today because this was a show actually that I think in the past at least was really important. It was really important because the whole idea is that you could put people from all walks of life into a house together, see how they reacted. And do you know what? Free speech and conflict were absolutely critical to the success of the format. Not anymore, though. As Charlotte Gill posted, the irony of this show being called Big Brother, now producers really are behaving like Orwell's creation. It was a result of two incidents. So the first involves a female contestant called Caroline Monk, who was in discussion with a trans man on the show, right? So a biological female, someone with a vagina, and also a Reform UK voting Nigel Farage supporter. He's been booted. She's been traumatized and warned. Paul Joseph Watson summed up brilliantly why Normie TV has gone so mad.
Fellow housemates and the viewing public.
Agreed.
It's a literal commie-style struggle session.
I'm sorry to everyone out there.
But the sobbing and the humiliating apology wasn't enough for the poor woman not to be made an example out of on primetime TV. Despite the fact that her opinion aligns with the majority of the British public, and despite the recent landmark Supreme Court judgment, which literally ruled that trans women are not women, she survived for now. But just today they booted this guy off because he said he liked Nigel Farage and thought illegal immigrants shouldn't be given priority over native Brits.
Get free driving lessons. Things
Oh,
like that.
do you actually think that they're getting free drive? Because I think it's being exaggerated. Because it's like people are saying they're in 5-star hotels, they're getting iPads, and it's like
it's true.
These reality TV shows are literally just social conditioning show trials to demonise anyone who's vaguely right-wing.
She's a girl! No, you're not.
Let's revel just for a second in the delicious irony of Big Brother, the same entity which in Orwell's 1984 literally tortured Winston into believing that 2 + 2 = 5. In its 21st century reality TV incarnation, psychologically bullying a woman under threat of career harm and national shame into believing that a biological female can become a man, publicly humiliating her on national television in the process. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears.
Paul Joseph Watson, he is so brilliant, isn't he? What is most bizarre about George's first forced removal from the show is that woke ITV won't say what he said. They won't broadcast it. They won't brief on it. They're just going to say that it was so bad. Whatever he said was so bad and so dehumanizing that he deserves immediate cancellation. Well, George has now responded in a statement. Watch. Big news. Outspoken is now available as a podcast too. So please do subscribe wherever you get yours, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and make sure you rate and review. I'll take 5 stars, if you may.
Star George has issued a statement after being kicked out of the Big Brother house. Obviously, you'll know he's been booted out by show bosses for his unacceptable language. Since leaving the house, he has now issued a statement. So George has said, as a flag bearer of freedom of speech, I never hesitate to discuss and question any topic, regardless of how contentious it might be. He added, sadly, the boundaries of what is deemed offensive are subjective, and evidently I went too far this time by crossing their line one too many times. It's a shame that specific debate could not be had, and that it has had to end like this. Infamy, infamy, they've all got it in for me. ITV will air scenes featuring George tonight. They won't air what he said, so Big Brother viewers won't hear the comments that have led to him being booted out of the house. Since being on the show, he has really split opinion, to say the least. This is among viewers of Big Brother, but also among his co-stars. You know, he's said some things that have really upset people on several occasions, and I don't think it will come as a massive shock to a lot of fans that he has left the house. But it's really divided the internet. Some are devastated that he's gone, others are saying they're going to tune back into the show now that he's no longer on it.
But what Big Brother has released is the transcript of a truly Orwell-style diary room conversation when George was being asked to leave the Big Brother house. So Big Brother says to George, Big Brother has warned you on separate occasions about language, including issuing you with a formal warning. Despite this, at 6:22 p.m, in a conversation about conspiracy theories, the words you used broke the rules regarding unacceptable and offensive language on multiple occasions. George, Big Brother thinks that your repeated use of offensive language in the house, including during yesterday's conversation, is unacceptable. Big Brother cannot permit you to use language in a manner which is considered offensive by housemates or the viewing public. George responds, understood. Big Brother continues, despite the prior warnings and the opportunities we have given you to adjust your language in the house, you have persisted in using offensive language. And as a result, Big Brother has no choice other than to remove you from the house. George, is there anything you would like to say? George responds, I always want to question any theory, any movement. I just like to. I just want to know the truth about things, and I'm sorry. So I'm really gutted, but if that's what you want to do, then I'm sorry it's ended like this. Now, you remember, George's first crime was mocking the voice of a queer man in the house. James Essex explained, in a game of truth or dare, a man jokingly imitates one of the self-identified queer people in the house. Big Brother summons him, chastises him for causing offence to the viewing public, and issues him with a warning. But as Lottie Lewis made the point, it's not known what George said to be evicted, but the policing of language so far says it all. This show is everything that's wrong with society right now. People permanently offended and cancelling others instead of having discussion. And as Sophie Kokorin argued, I think Big Brother should do a press release of what George is alleged to have said. If it is genuinely inappropriate, then fair. But if it's wrong, to accuse him of such and not say what he said. To Philip Casale, Senior Fellow at the New Culture Forum now. Now, Philip, this one breaks my heart, right? I'm a 42-year-old man. Big Brother has been a big part of my life, but I knew Woke ITV was going to destroy this show. I knew it. I just knew it because they can't handle conversation. So what they do, and they set it up right at the very beginning of the series with Emily Hewitson, the Tory who was on the show and said she didn't have a chance because she was turned into the enemy figure. She was evicted within hours. But then what they do is they put in a couple of people who are sort of anti-woke, but they're immediately turned into the freaks of the show, the people who all of the attention is on. And when it came to this guy, George, as far as I could tell, he was a Reform UK voter and Nigel Farage supporter. That's all. You know, maybe a little bit un-PC. But how bizarre that they are destroying this guy's life and career, but not actually prepared to say what he said. And I mean, someone from Reform UK messaged me and said their belief is that he simply used the word globalist. And that the word globalist is now, in the world of ITV, meant to have anti-Semitic connotations. Now, look, if that is true, and all he did was use the word globalist, then we need to know, because this is nuts.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I'm old enough to remember the first couple of series.
Oh, me too. Me too.
Yeah, but they were great. I mean, they were
great.
superb. It was, you couldn't keep your eyes off it. So Nasty Nick, remember him, and all of those people. This is beyond irony. It's parody. It's completely absurd. And ITV and BBC are the media wing of this occupying power that is the Labour Party. They're not governing for us, or they're not governing on our behalf. They're actually just they're governing against us. And the media is actually imposing that, essentially, a communist agenda on us. I mean, let's just think about reform. For whatever you say about reform, we've both got criticisms of reform, but they are running, what, 35% in the polls, or at least they were last week. Labour are, what, 16%, something like that. You know, they're in the toilet. Okay, all of their ideas, all of this woke stuff, this identitarian nonsense, this dividing people, this jargon of nonsense. Nobody cares about that apart from a few people. The problem is that the few people are in government, the civil service, media, and the universities, and they tend to run everything. They dominate the whole agenda. So it isn't just the government that's working against us, it's all of this big blob. Now, what we really need to do, and it was great to listen to Rupert before, is really push against all of that and deconstruct it, just pull it all apart and just say it's rubbish. Now, the way to do that, of course, is one, not pay your TV license. Don't watch the BBC. Don't watch ITV. They are working against you. It's absolute rubbish. Okay.
Boycott.
But that's what we've got to do, okay? And you're not missing anything by not watching Big Brother. Just watch old episodes from 20 years ago on YouTube.
When it was actually good. But first, as I've entered my 40s, aging has become ever present in my life. My body does